because of a number of concerns. I know some people um, sort of limit themselves from using AI because some ethical issues, for example, the environmental impact, things like that. So if you are not the front runners, don't feel bad. Oh, I'm so behind. No, no, no. Okay. So I just want to kind of know, like how familiar you are with the Gen AI. Gen AI is this the AI chatbot that ChatGPT. You all know what ChatGPT is. All of these are similar. They do about the same thing about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT and people online. Okay, so ChatGPT, almost everybody have sort of tried it, right? Gemini, okay. Claude, Perplexity, okay. Copilot, okay. Gemini, yeah. Meta AI, if you have WhatsApp, it's in there, yeah. Chrome is from X. I I never use that one because I don't like Elon Musk. Uh, DeepSeek, that UND said we are banned, so don't record this part. Give okay. All right. So yes, I think everybody sort of use the most popular ones like ChatGPT, Gemini, or probably Copilot because Copilot is it's sort of integrated with Microsoft because it's Microsoft. Those are Gen AIs. Actually, all the AI research tools, what they do, you can actually use those to do any of the tasks that those tool does. However, you have to do your prompt one by one. It doesn't do a sort of a whole task, all these steps. You have to give prompts to every step in order to do it complete a task. So like I said, you can use this. It's not that you have to use those research tools that we are going to look at it. Okay. So normally, the AI tools that we use for research will be for mostly literature review. A lot of it's for literature review. Basically, we use that to search for articles that we need for our research, and actually the AI tools do do a better job than when we use the database search with our library. They do more target search and filter and refine. And you can chat with them and say, okay, now you give me all this. And now I want to focus on this. Or I want to focus on from year 2000 to 2025. So you can go down and narrow it down and refine your search that way. With the generic search tools in our library site, it doesn't really do that. It will just give you millions of entries, and you have to kind of go through that. It can also help you summarize the articles that it searched. Okay, and also extract data. And you can also ask like, okay, now I have, say you want to do a systematic review, and then you decide you do all the filtering and all that, and now okay, I want to see what is the trend on this aspect, on that aspect, and you can ask your AI tool to do that for you. Any patterns, any abnormalities, or things like that. Okay, we can also use that for data analysis and writing. So let's take a look at all these tools that we can use. Cite is UND Chester Frizz has this, but I'm not I'm not endorsing or telling you don't use it because I hated it. I hate Cite. Um, so basically, Cite uh, about 1.5 years ago, it pretty much just gives you a more refined search result. But after 1 year, it has changed quite drastically. I guess they were also looking at what others do, like Elicit. Elicit 1.5 years ago, they were already giving you a table and giving you summaries and say, for example, your sample population, sample size, and research methodology, and main findings and things like that. They give you all that 1.5 years ago. Cite did not. However, now Cite is trying to catch up. You can also do that. The reasons that I still put Cite at the top is because UND has a subscription. Cite, I mean, Elicit, you have to pay. Free version, you can only have five categories. More than that, you have to pay. They always use those free version to sort of uh, get you in, right? And then consensus. It's also now our libraries has a trial subscription for a year, so you can use pro version of it, even though UND does not have an official subscription yet, but this year we can use Pro version. And I like consensus. And also, I don't know if it's pronounced leaner or a liner, I don't know, but it does very similar thing. And then UND is also seriously considering Undermine. And I can show you this. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So 2 years ago, it's this Research Rabbit, and it does very similar to what Cite did a year ago. It gives you all this uh, search articles and then gives you that semantic connections to link to other relevant literature this way. And semantic scholars also does that. But this, it gives you a very similar to what library basic search would give you. So it's good because it has access to a lot of these databases. However, it's less sort of functional in terms of helping you extract data and things like that. Oh, a site. This is our site. Um, so when you go to site, somehow I have a hard time finding site from our library. If you go to a library homepage, it's really hard to find it. So I always just Google UND site, and that will take me to the UND AI tools page, and then I go from there. So site, it will allow you to do, like I said, that table, or also searching literatures. So it will be like this, and you just type your questions here. I don't know all this. And then it will give you something like this. You need to click the table mode so that it will give you a table. Okay. And you have the ability to add more dimensions. Say now I have population, I have methods, and I want to also see what kind of interventions that studies use. So you can do it here, but you can also customize make it more specific. If you have some more specific intervention in mind that you want to, more target that search, that filter, then you can do it here. Okay. And I believe there is probably no limit as to how many columns you can have for this table. Now, when we're doing literature review, we make this table, right? Yeah. So I remember 30 years ago when I was a graduate student, I had to read all the articles and then make notes, typing notes, and uh, it's good and bad because when you read through it, you make notes, you are actually also processing it. When the machine does that for you, you don't go through that. So there is a trade-off that we have to sort of keep that in mind. Efficient does not always mean good. Yeah. So like I said, Elicit, it's doing a similar thing, but it has been doing this, since 2 years ago. Site is just, catching up. And here, I remember 2 years ago, it was 5 columns for free version. If you want to add, you have to pay. But it has a good features is that you can connect to your Zotero. If you use Zotero, you just pull in your Zotero and you have your collection already. If you want to just target on the articles that you have and then extract or doing the summary, then that will be a more target extraction of your data versus okay, you just tell your AI tools that hey, just go to the world, search for the information for me. Consensus. Consensus, on the other hand, doing a very similar thing. It also allows you to import Zotero in, and I found my personal experience. I like Consensus. The result it's better for me. I would suggest you try them all out and then decide for yourself because sometimes disciplines might have an impact on the result that they give you, things like that. And everybody has their own preference. And Liner, it's also you can connect Zotero as well, and it does similar thing. Also like this, see, yeah, here, and you can also upload your own file. And here it also gives you that table. Yes.
So with these tools, do they both find the articles and synthesize them? Or do you have to find the articles yourself and then put them in here and then it'll synthesize?
You can ask them to search and synthesize, making a table. You can also ask them just list the articles and then maybe give a brief summary. It will do what you ask it to do. You just need to give a clear, specific instructions so that it will do what you want exactly.
second question.
Yeah.
Have you found it doing any hallucinations or giving you any errors?
Yes. Thank you. I was going to go back because I have found a site, use secondary source, and cite it as first primary source. So that, I'm not a very trusting person. So I always want to go back and check. And I actually do that in Notebook LM. I will talk about that later. I use that and I would ask Notebook LM, I said, search the articles that I have and then the ones that talked about such and such. Also give me the quote from the articles. Also include that in another column in the table so that I can see, and if I'm still kind of skeptical, then I can just go to the article and read it myself. Yes.
Folks online say they see your slides, but not the website.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. And, I need to go faster. Undermined. Undermined actually a little bit blew my mind. It gave me a very, very detailed and thorough analysis, even with the aspects that I did not ask. However, I was trying to see if what kind of database that they use. And it turned out that they actually only use title and abstract with the ones that they don't have, they are not open access. They use semantic scholar that database to do their search. However, their algorithm helping them to do the analysis, it's really good. Yeah. So actually you can, with that power, you can have your own papers and then use that tool to do the analysis. UND is also seriously considering them.
One question I'm thinking about, like, particularly if it's like a meta-analysis or meta-synthesis, we have that audit trail of like replicable searches and replicable screening processes. I'm just curious, like how like are some of these tools like more amenable to like replication of search strategy and screening strategy than others?
Yeah, that is why I don't really trust using that for that purpose. Because to me, the sources that they use, it's it's kind of a mystery to me. I want to know what databases that they use, so that I can have a better sort of grasp. Okay, exactly what you are extracting from. Yeah. So I was actually thinking, because under my after I signed up and they sent me an email and say, oh, if you have questions or suggestions, contact them. So I'm thinking, reaching out to them and see if they can make that more transparent. Yeah. So I think it might be better for us just try it instead of just listening to me, right? Because you have to try, you have to do it in order to have a better sort of grasp of all these tools. And again, like I said, each person's preference is different. Try it for yourself and find ones that fits your need the best, and then use that, and then also others to that. So maybe we can sort of get into groups. I was maybe 4 or 5 people in one group, and then you can each person use one, and then we can compare the result. Maybe we can just ask them one question, to search one topic, one question, and then use that to compare which one give us the best. And also you can use your own articles that I said, bring your own articles. The reason I ask for that is then you know if they're accurate or not. So this is the test. That if we ask them to give us, okay, go search, from whatever, and they would give us all these fantastic, articles or sources, but we are not familiar with it, and they will look very good to us because we don't know the content. So let's try, okay? Can we help? If Bob, could you help that? Yeah. Maybe maybe it's better you have to get together within your sort of similar discipline. And people online. People online, let me see. 13. Maybe we can have 4 people in each group.
Only 2 groups.
Or 2 groups? Okay. Yeah. Could you help with the online ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
A few minutes later.
So what do you think? Rob, could you let the people come out?
Mixed results, that's the verdict here, mixed results.
See? Yeah, so this the replicability is a problem. Because I think the root problem is that the sources that they use, it's not transparent. Yeah.
From a very low tier terminal, and I could not figure out why.
So what do you think? What did you find? People. Same questions, different tools. What did you find?
Uploading the actual paper made it a lot faster. That is like one thing that I found immediately. If you had a copy of the PDF, like I got instant results. Whereas if it was having to go through the motions of finding something through a citation, it was,
Right. Right.
But I was using Liner.
Yeah.
And then it happened like instantaneously.
But if you connect to Zotero, then that is the same. And that actually gives you, a much better control. And also you can pull out your that PDF file in your Zotero right away. Yeah. And also, if you use your own paper for AI to do the analysis or whatever, at least you know what papers are being analyzed, rather than, hey, AI just do this for me, and I don't really care where you found them. We do care, right? Yeah. And like Logan said, this, be able to replicate, it's very important in research. Okay. All right. How much time we have? Yes.
But we have to state the guidelines of the articles you use and how they are reduced and sorted out. So how
Right.
So if I experts in the field.
So that is the problem of using AI. It cannot tell you, okay, what databases exactly that they use. So you cannot report that. But in a systematic review or whatever type of review, you have to report that. Yeah. Um, that I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. And some research tools, especially for the ones that helping you write, yes, yes. You should see Logan's face. I will talk about that at the end. Um, they even have different templates for you. Say, okay, you want to do systematic review, you want to do scoping review, you want to do experimental group design. They have all those different templates for you. I think for us, for researchers, faculty, you have much better experience. You are able to evaluate if the work is good, if the sources is good, and so on and so forth. Um, Early year students, PhD students, I will strongly suggest don't use AI that much because you are not going to sort of build your skills, not just research skills, but evaluation skills. So I hope that we send this message to our students. I know even if we say this 100 times, they will still use it. But at least we do our duty to warn them. Yeah.
And do you think we will have a moment or a time we all like researchers discuss to what extent we can accept, like, let's say, rather than listing all the resources, what if I can say I utilize the site for this systematic literature, utilize AI? Because these days we're accepting
Right.
AI methodology. Do you think that is acceptable?
But you have to tell exactly how you use it, in which part, and
The prompt.
the prompt and the contribution of the AI in this paper, in this work. Yeah. However, a lot of journals said you cannot claim AI as a co-author. They already have that statement there. You cannot list AI as a co-author because some people say, "Oh, I list AI as a co-author, so it's fine. It's fine." You know, uh, some work is done by AI. No, journals. A lot of journals say no, you cannot do that. Yeah. Okay. And we can also use, oh, am I sharing? People online, am I sharing?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Use AI tools as for data analysis. I tried. I tried just use the Gen AI. I actually use Copilot, and the reason is in yellow. Because if you use ChatGPT or others, your data will be shared with the company. So I don't really want my data, to get out of the school. So Copilot, don't use the web-based, the general CoPI. Use the ones that on our laptop, M365. Use that Copilot. And that then your data should be just within the NDUS system. I talked to IT people, they confirm that. Okay, so you can use those basic Gen AI to do basic statistics like t-test and that sort of thing. So if you just need to do that and you don't really want to, use SPSS or R, then you could use that. And I tested, the result is the same. So I think this can be trusted for basic statistical analysis, because Excel, you can use Excel to do those basic ones too. For a qualitative one, I'm not a qualitative person, so I cannot speak to that. But based on the ability of AI, those Gen tool, Gen AI, it should be able to do a basic thematic analysis, since it can summarize, it can find the patterns and all that. So that should be able to do it. I think the ones that you paid qualitative software, they all have AI components in it already. For text data mining, right now you can use it, but it's still not very good yet. At least the ones that we try. My colleague, who is actually my former student, she's right now an assistant professor at medical school, and we try to create use that to do a data mining on text, and to generate entrogram to to display the qualitative data. And it could, however, it's not very good. I can show you the comparison here. I don't know if you can see. So right now, we have not found ones that can, you can have just click one button and then that would do that for you. That would do what R can do for you. This is generated in R, this one. And then we did the same thing. We try to do the same thing, but you have to kind of go through some more steps. But this is the graph that it generates. It's actually different from the one generated in R. And also, I think this one is done in Gemini. Nope. So we don't know if using more sort of free version or that type of software, we don't know if it's still it's capable of doing that just yet. But I'm sure there are some other packages that you have to pay to do this type of thing, and then you don't have to use code. Okay, and then get back to that. Oh. And also, like I said, if you are going to analyze your data, use AI, maybe use M365 Copilot, even though Copilot is my least favorite. But because of this reason, I use that board. Yes.
Google, non-standard IT for ChatGPT, the paid version, which is the higher rated ChatGPT version, like 5.2 or whatever. And if you pay the subscription, then you would also have private data access, so your data would remain private. And so you can purchase that back. You can purchase that with your PD funds, and for a yearly subscription, I think it's about $260. So I'm doing that right now.
The M365 Copilot, I think you can choose your model.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay.
Yeah, you don't have to pay, but if you don't like Copilot and you like ChatGPT,
Oh, you mean the interface?
yes. Then
Ah.
they'll put their, I'm just saying that if you want to use ChatGPT to help you look at your own data without it going to. different
Yeah,
things.
I meant in Copilot, you can use ChatGPT's model.
Oh.
Yeah. So it gives you all that. Like for example, perplexity. It also gives you all the options. ChatGPT. I'm talking about the model. ChatGPT 4.5, or now it's 5 point something, and then Claude. Two of their models, and also what else? I think it also include I don't remember DeepSeek is also in there. So they give you a selection of models that you can use. I don't know why now. Perplexity itself is not AI model. It's a interface that they use all those models to do what you want, to do what you ask. But it doesn't. I'm not 100% sure that if they have their own model or not. Right now, they have one that I don't recognize. So I'm guessing that might be, their own, the ones that they developed. Uh, it's kind of interesting that Meta AI, their model is Llama. And Llama is a very, very, very good model, but people don't really use it. Yeah. However, I don't know if it's because of the interface or whatever. Yeah. Okay, here the last one that I kind of want to talk about is the tools that could help us write. I was really hesitant to include this, but here the ones that I kind of I use Notebook LM. That is also on the list of AI tools on the website of our library. They also recommend that, and it is good. Notebook, it's good. It allows you to summarize. It's Google. It's from Google. It allows you. It will summarize things for you, and also do the tables that we just did. You just upload your papers, and it will do that for you. However, the free version, you can only upload 40 papers. I hope that our library would have a subscription eventually. Like my colleagues, Mark, uh, University of Delaware, they have a subscription to Notebook LM. So we were trying to share so that we can share the same notebook, so we don't have to email back and forth. But maybe we were not successful. We were guessing because UND doesn't have a subscription. Otherwise, you can have a team, and then you would have a notebook that can be shared at the team level. So yeah. So there are three that I hope our library will have a subscription eventually. And MVNote is kind of a scary thing. I'll show you. And logically, it's also another tool that would help you, do your writing. Okay, here. So, the home page would look like this. It should be like this. And then once you did your one project, and it's called Notebook. That project it's called Notebook in there, and then it will list here, and then you can go back later, and then doing all that, and So here you can ask questions, and then, like I said, you can also ask it to do those tables, those summary and data extraction tables. But you have to give it prompt. It doesn't have a ready and sort of the template type of prompt. So I always ask, okay, list the articles that talk about this or that. But each one you sort of want to separate them into different tables, and then ask it me. I ask notebook LM, give me also the reference and the quote, so that I can see if it's hallucinating or not. Okay, so there's that. And then each search, each conversation, you can save it as a note in that notebook, so that later you can just go to each note to kind of look at it. And I actually like this feature a lot, because again, when I was a graduate student, and I will read all those articles, and I will also make notes. And then as the notes start to accumulate, and then when I'm writing my paper, I thought, oh, I remember I saw it somewhere. I want that reference. And I will have to go back and spend hours trying to find that one article, that one quote. Now I can use this to help me go to that article and that sort of paragraph of talking about that. And that saved me a lot of time. Okay. So this is a notebook. And this, it's an Avid Note. This, it allows you to upload papers. Okay. Ooh.
Finish what you're saying.
Okay. So here it lets you upload your papers, and then you will read the summarize for you. Okay, and then say, okay, here, write, and then write a new paper. And it has templates. It had templates. See if you want to do, all different types, and it has all those templates. And I actually did a sort of a test, and see if I have oh, my project. So I just, ask it, okay, write me an introduction, and then boom. Based on the papers that I upload. And then it even gives me research questions. And it gives me methodology. I didn't even ask to give me that methodology. And then research is design and all that. So it's kind of scary. However, that shows that it's generating something really hollow, because the papers that I upload, it does not show what kind of research I want to do. I only ask it to just write an introduction. That's it. So maybe if you give a very clear, very specific prompt, it will tailor the writing to be more specific. But again, is that our work? Right? So that is why I really hesitant to show this one. And then logically, I don't really like the name. So this, it gives you all different those kind of functions and say citation generator. It can do that for you. But if you use Zotero, that you don't really need that. And also here, oops. Okay, why I cannot? Okay, here. So you have grammar checker. I use grammar check, a lot. It's just, English is not my first language, so I use that. And every time I would have to say, check grammar. But I have to say, check grammar only to tell the AI, don't change my writing. I just want to check grammar, because if you don't say that, it will make your writing very flowery. Yeah. And paraphraser. If you have, say, something, you read something and you don't really want to use direct quote, you can use this to help you sort of paraphrase. Humanizer. I don't know how useful this is. Anyway, so this one has a different kind of tools that could help you do some smaller, tasks that it's not really about writing the whole article, but it does also have this doing the same thing as other research tools. So we don't have time to do another exercise. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. And thanks again, Wei. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.